Toxicology report shows the man who shot and killed 4 law enforcement officers in Charlotte, North Carolina in April had THC in his system. THC is a psychoactive chemical in marijuana. 39-year-old Terry Hughes opened fire on police when they went to his home to serve an arrest warrant. He was eventually shot 12 times. He died from those injuries. Prosecutors and defense attorneys will give opening statements today in the much-anticipated trial of actor Alec Baldwin. 5 men and 11 women are set to hear that case in a New Mexico courtroom. They'll be tasked with deciding whether Baldwin committed involuntary manslaughter when a revolver he was holding went off, killing a cinematographer on the set of Rust in 2021. Baldwin says he did not pull the trigger and did not know that gun contained a live round.
The attention has to be on whether it was reckless as a person in his position who was told that he was given a gun that was safe, whether it was reckless to actually fire it.
If convicted, Baldwin faces up to 18 months in prison. Earlier this year, a jury found Rust armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed guilty of involuntary manslaughter. She is serving 18 months in prison. Baldwin's trial is expected to last 2 weeks. Hurricane Beryl leaving a mess in Texas after making landfall this week. Some 1.5 million customers still without power this morning. Roads are blocked by downed trees and power lines, and schools are also closed. Cleanup and recovery efforts are well underway as people try to salvage what is left of their belongings. Katie Byrne reports from Galveston.
The storm has come and gone, and now millions of Texans are picking up the pieces following a direct hit from Hurricane Beryl. It made landfall along the Gulf Coast early Monday as a Category 1 storm, bringing high wind and heavy rain. And while anxious residents assess the damage, power crews are out in big numbers, hoping to restore service to millions of customers. But local officials say it won't be easy.
This will be a multi-day restoration effort. This was a big storm that has affected a lot of customers. So I'd ask Texans for their patience as the crews are out there doing their best.
A big issue now, the dangerous heat wave baking much of the country. Here in Galveston, the heat index hit 104 degrees on Tuesday. And cooling centers like this one are now open throughout the area, giving people a chance to beat the heat and charge their devices.
When you lose power, it's hard to cook for yourself, it's hard to do your laundry. They may have trees on top of their house, they may have a flooded home. There's a lot of things that they're juggling and trying to figure out.
A heat advisory is now in place for southeast Texas, but that's not stopping folks from repairing their homes and businesses. It's still not clear how many structures were damaged or destroyed, but most Texans say they plan to rebuild as soon as possible and help their neighbors do the same.
As soon as this is cleared up, we're going to make our way around because other neighbors have damage.
That was Katie Byrne reporting. Now back in our state, this relentless run of hot weather is a challenge for anybody. For those who have to brave the heat to protect our communities, it's that much harder. Firefighters in Manchester showing us how they try to stay a step ahead. Teams there set up what are called firefighter rehab stations.
You know, as the fire service keeps evolving, we keep realizing our guys, they're actually occupational athletes, right? You wouldn't go to an NFL stadium and watch guys in preseason not have areas where they can cool off, rehab, hydrate. We've realized over the times that we needed to take care of our best resources, which is our people.
And during those heat advisories, the firefighters set up cooling fans and core cooler rehab chairs at those fire scenes. You know, the heat is one thing, but the humidity, Sam, that's been off the charts, and that's just like a double whammy right there. It's so oppressive.
That's right. So it makes it feel a whole lot hotter. You know? And, you know, we've been dealing with this the last few days. We're in the middle of another heat wave. And basically, you know, to me, this is not too unusual. What is a little unusual right now is that we have an expansive heat wave across a lot of the nation. You know, it's not just confined to one area.